Now, it is expected that Boro are going to be massively tested in order to keep star player Hayden Hackney in the summer transfer window, but he's not the only big player who could be on the move. Boro's key attacking creator, Finn Azaz, has got interest from numerous Premier League sides. It has been reported by the Independent Sport in Ireland, so you'd think a pretty reliable source when it comes to a player like Finn Azaz, that the likes of Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Leeds are interested in his signature. Now, you'd think with numbers like these that it would be an absolute shoo-in that most Boro fans, if not all Boro fans, would be completely and utterly against Finn Azaz potentially being sold in the summer, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The idea of him leaving or Boro selling him has actually divided quite a lot of Boro fans, with some who would be just as happy to see him sold as others who wouldn't. And for me, I'm big on stats and the numbers speak for themselves. Now, there are ways that Finn Azaz can be better. There are ways to which he can improve as a player, and I'll get onto them in a bit. But the bottom line is, last season, in 45 starts, he knocked up 12 goals and 11 assists. That's 23 goal contributions with a pretty good average match rating as well. Take that out of the team, and what was already a pretty disappointing season for Boro would have looked a hell of a lot worse. But the debate around Boro fans very much now is whether we would or should cash in on Finn Azaz. Now, every player has a price, of course, and especially when you are a championship club, every player especially has a price when you're, of course, needing to sell big assets to remain sustainable. But for me, I don't see why Boro would need to sell Finn Azaz unless we were just wanting to be a little bit greedy. We, of course, sold Emmanuel Latelath in January. We've got 22 million of cash from that transfer. I dare say Hayden Hackney might go for even more in the summer. Now, I'm not expecting all of that 40 plus million to go on player sales. A lot of that will go back into the club to keep us sustainable and on the right side of PSR, of course. But a lot of that, I think, would go a long way to improving and building Boro's squad for next season without us needing to sell our best creative player. But I do get the argument completely that Finn Azaz does go missing in big games. The goals and assist numbers that he has delivered against the top sides in the Championship is next to none compared to the rest of the league. So he certainly has to improve in the big occasions. But for me, Boro's really bad spell last season, where we lost 6 games in a row, was it? All came when Finn Azaz's form fell off a cliff. And when the whole team collapses and their form collapses at the same time one player's does, that kind of tells you how important they are to the team. But nevertheless, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If we got an offer for 15 million, would you sell Finn Azaz? What would be the price you'd sell him for? Or would you completely, flat out, not sell him at all? For me, I'd keep him.